Yeah, this is gonna be something different. We'll see how this goes. I'll be reacting to the debut stream of Shiori Novella. A new chapter begins. And while I'm doing it, I'm gonna do like what I normally do when I watch a stream on my computer and not in my bed, on my tablet or phone. I tend to paint when I do that. So this is what I'm gonna be painting today, this like sentinel. And I'm gonna paint it like I painted this right here. This is a finished one. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. Will she be able to, entertain me or whatever? I mean, this is just a debut stream. So, but I'll be painting while I watch it. Even though I did say after I hand painted this, I was going to be like, you know what? I'll do the grays with my airbrush, just because that's the biggest step is doing the gray, and that you could easily do it with an airbrush. But well, I'm not going to use an airbrush while I record a reaction. So let's just go right into it. Let's see. I think... we'll see. Is there no audio? Oh, there we go.
Once upon a time, soul withered before my eyes, and in their final precious moments, they seemingly insignificant.
The voice is
but over time, I began to see something
very different than what you would expect.
Back to their
I mean, this lore things could be interesting.
It was forbidden
if it actually stays with it, if you keep up the kayfabe. But if you're not going to too much like lore, could be like, oh god. But we'll see how this goes.
How does the story end? Truthfully, this story is only just
begun. Because it's the story of myself. This magical book.
Shiori! Welcome everyone.
Alright, Shiori, so I guess that's her.
I will be your first host for today, Shiori Novella. And
what's it called? Intro call.
Break my chat?
I mean, I will say I really like her eyes. I think she has really good eyes.
This is really all you can do for me? Is this really all the hype you can build? I want you to spam Holo Advent on Twitter and perhaps here as well. Could you do that for me?
No.
Shall we hype things up a bit?
I will not.
Everyone, I want you to scream for me. So, 1, 2. Come on! Is this all you can do for me?
Holo Advent! There we go.
Holo Advent!
That's all you're getting from me.
Let's do some confetti and I think you humans love balloons, don't you?
Not really.
Perhaps slow mode is a bad
I
idea,
think it's just land waste. The balloons.
Anyway, let us simmer down a little. There you go. All nice and calm now.
Alright.
Let us put on a bit of nice music. So, first off, introductions are in order, so let us start. My name is, as you should know by now,
Novella, Shiori.
Novella, at your service. My age is quite unknown.
Alright.
I personally do not know. My birthday, May 2.
You're like, I've been in the jail for so long.
It'd be quite nice to have your eyes on me, though.
So the days became weeks and the weeks became months. And I don't remember anything.
Naturally, that means I archive things.
Yeah, you're an archivist.
For example, memories you make together, books I adore, characters I think are worth saving. All of it will be just from my eyes.
Okay.
Now, my wonderful mama, Kayahara-san, arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you for making me into a beautiful, beautiful woman. I am absolutely in love.
Does she do any other Holo girls?
I love your hands. And then, for my papa, I was born from the hands of Haluka-chan.
Så Luka, okej, så det är
movement
2D
into my
rigger.
bones. So please, do give them a follow on Twitter. I would be very happy if you could. Now, on to the next slide. A lot of hands went into this debut, and I would appreciate it if you can give them the same love that I will give to you. So,
Oh, alright.
we have mascots on here. These mascots are
Oh,
the
God.
Yakuza. There is a reason for that. I will go into that later. But for now, you may occasionally see them.
So 2
For
cats.
example, right here. They will be here to cheer me on in our activities together. I animated them, by the way.
Alright, well.
I can do some slight tactics like that.
It's more than I can do.
My logo at the top left was created by Reku. You can follow them on Twitter. The lore art you saw at the beginning was made by Chappie.
Alright, so
Please
here in the
follow
beginning
their
it's
art,
mostly
quite
just,
wonderful.
you know,
And the stinger you will see very, very
advertisements and
was made
credits
by
for the people involved in the model.
Ari Uwu. Uwu. The Yakuza here, our mascots,
Oh, God.
was made by a
Uwu.
wonderful friend, Yana Draws. And the starting soon screen was made by Woke 8K perhaps. But please do give them a follow. Uwu. Now for my hobbies. Usually we talk about this on the first date, don't we?
There we go,
I can play
let's
the
see.
piano. I was
Alright.
actually forced into playing the piano. But I suppose the skills came in handy. I can sight read. And I used to transcribe piano songs. Which makes sense, considering I'm
Yeah, you're an archivist.
I enjoy cooking.
That's good.
Unfortunately, I do not have much time to cook nowadays. And I admit, I may not be
Liking
taking care of
cooking
myself
and knowing
so
how to cook
often.
is very important.
I suppose you can do that for me?
Especially, like, you
I
should
enjoy
know how to make
photography.
things good for
I
yourself.
am trying to learn all the vocabulary terms with it, but frankly, I don't have much time. You guys are so excited, but good people. I enjoy feeding strays. Is that a hobby? I leave food out
I
for
mean,
them
sure,
sometimes, and I
if you
get
plan
rid
on,
of-
you know, destroying
I think
the
I'm a little bit too empathetic.
the
I
local,
also
you know,
carry
lizard
food
and
to
small
people
bird
when I
populations,
go
sure.
out. So
I mean, I guess that is a hobby.
I'll throw seeds at the side, somewhere where they won't get hurt or anything. But yeah.
I mean, as long as you're not putting
Fact.
paracetamol in the
The
food.
cats around my area have come to know me a little bit too well. They started, what is the term? Caterwauling?
The cats should be fine,
them
but
was.
the rest of the
And
population.
then one of them
Oh
brought
god.
perhaps either their girlfriend or their sister. I don't know cat siblings, to be honest. But they got a little bit too comfortable, and I saw them one day, and I
just
thought,
their
how
siblings,
cute. I brought
probably.
a friend. Now I can feed more cats. And then it
Or
went
just
on top
cat
of that,
friends. They're like,
and I
ah,
was
there's
talking
this
to one of my genmates.
this
perhaps
crazy
also,
woman
in fact.
who
And
feeds
I
us.
sent a picture saying, I think they're playing or something. And she affirmed that no, they are clearly doing something else. They are doing a very specific act.
Oh, okay.
And I asked, should I be
Um,
stopping them?
They're
And
like,
she said,
no.
yes, please. So,
if you
like
don't want
the
something
dork
white
I am,
on
I
you,
knocked
don't
against
stop
the
them.
window to catch their attention. And the cat, he paused. He did pause. He looked at the source of the sound. He was probably thinking, yeah, what is that, yeah? And then he kept going. And I was
Alright,
concerned at this
good.
point. I will not have unprotected acts on my lawn here. So I went out there and I was basically saying, stop! I can't take care of kids and strays. It's a little bit too much. And it freaked them out. They still come by, I think. But I haven't seen them doing that.
I mean,
since.
maybe
To be
those
fair,
were
I
like
don't exactly
voyeuristic
keep an eye out
cats.
24/7, so who knows?
They're like,
But hey, I did a good deed that day.
you know,
Gotta do it protected.
the public.
Otherwise, you're gonna have to feed more cats. Now, I enjoy daydreaming. I am a little bit aloof, and I may go quiet sometimes. That is perhaps because I am daydreaming and whatnot. Why is everyone so excited all of a sudden? I listen to a lot
Because
of
it's the
audiobooks.
debut.
I suffer
Something
from
new.
very severe insomnia. But you will hear my recommendations later. I also enjoy text adventures and visual novels. I am still a maiden at heart. I enjoy the idea of romance for fiction.
Alright.
Only if I can become a character myself, which fits quite nicely with my job because I can. Hopefully I don't get hurt in the process, but as an archiver it is a very dangerous type of
And I
work.
mean, do you
I'll talk
write
about that
something?
later. And then I enjoy
Are you a
playing
novelist?
license.
Or are you
Why?
just an archiver?
Because I can get married in them sometimes, so I like
Oh god.
that. You guys like getting attached to characters too, don't you? So
Huh?
that is
Well, not
my
really, because
embarrassing
I think I
details.
have too good of an ability
Now,
to separate
we
between
are
fantasy
gonna
and
go more
reality.
into our little date.
I wish
So,
I didn't.
please hold tight, alright?
Sometimes. You know, because I think it would be fun to not be able to do that. The same reason why
Who is that at the top
I
right?
can't get
Hi.
into like
You guys
horror
really
games.
broke my chat.
Because I just don't have the
Alright,
ability
this is
to
the
get
part where I
engrossed
get
in them.
excited. So if I
Or to
become
actually
a
get
complete
scared
utter dork-
because,
I
well,
mean, I'm a LARPer
I know it's not
for crying
real.
out loud. What did you expect? So,
It doesn't mean I'm not.
my
It doesn't mean I'm
lovely,
brave
lovely
because
chat,
in
let's
real
go
life,
over
it
the
was real life, I
details
would be
of
pissing my
favorite
pants.
books. I love Audible. So I read The Devil Aspect.
Yeah, I
It is a
also
little bit of
prefer
a
audiobooks
suspenseful thriller.
rather than reading them
Little
myself.
psychology. First off, it was a little bit of a slow burn at first, but you get really into
The
it.
Devil Aspect, the Mice
My favorite
of Mice and
book
Men.
that stood out to me the most is
I've
Of
heard
Mice
about that
and
book.
Men. I'll confess, I may be aloof and may seem hard to read, and that is a very common understanding for me. I
might
cried
listen
at
to an
this
audiobook
book.
of
I
that.
cry easily,
Because I've
I
heard
cry
good things
very
about that.
easily. I think I am empathetic despite not
Oh, the
wishing to be.
Cthulhu case
So
books.
please do take care of me.
Hellfight.
also
I think I've heard about
my
Hellfight
favorite
Conspiracy as
genre
well. The
is
others, no.
mystery.
Obviously Sherlock Holmes, but I
and
don't care about
anything
Sherlock
detective
Holmes.
related, oh no, Lenny. But yes, I adore mystery. The Heathcliff Lennox series on Audible is fantastic. The narrator does such a wonderful job. I have to admit, I don't like it when characters get married in my stories though. Mostly because I like to self-insert.
Okay.
You guys can understand that, right? You like self-inserting too. Don't you want to
Yeah.
self-insert as
I don't tend to do that.
Now,
Tend to be
Sherlock
just
Holmes,
an
I have
observer.
read the entire canonical series already. I have ran out of content. I've ran out. You also love books? Good, we can talk about them later then. So I have to rely on non-canon stories, and I am very particular. Sometimes I don't mind if
Okay.
it is out of character, as you call it.
Non-canon stories,
I can excuse
fanfiction, that is.
But I like to self-insert myself in Watson's place, at least in these specific timelines and universes where Watson is a different type of Watson. But I like Sherlock Holmes. It is so fun being his assistant. But I have
A bit of a crush on Holmes.
I have been unalived.
Yeah, I also love Downey. Oh god, what was his name? Robert Downey Jr. in that movie.
To archive it exactly as it should have been for future eyes. If you fail, it becomes what is essentially non-canon. So,
Alright.
archiving can be hard. The Hellfire Conspiracy is... This is part of a series now. It's good. I like it. Read it. If you wish. If you wish. And then the Cthulhu case books. This is actually part of Sherlock Holmes as well. So...
Oh, it is?
I like it. I was not too fond of the first one. That one... Watson was... Oh, no offense to the current Watson of this universe, but the Watson in the Cthulhu casebook was very, very out of character. A little bit annoying, in fact. But if you can go through that, go for the second and third one. I loved it. I liked it so much.
They just skip the first one. I'm sure if you know about
I have more books.
Watson
Please
and
forgive me. Rebecca.
Sherlock,
Okay, so there is
you
actually
probably
a
don't
movie
need
of Rebecca as well. So
to
if
set
you
up from
can
the first
read
one.
This version of 1938.
That's my guess.
And then you can look at the public domain movie. At least I think it's public domain. I have to remember.
Ah.
It's good. it is a little bit of a suspense. It is partial romance. I did not expect to like the book Rebecca. But it's good if you can go through the fact that the main character is essentially throwing out her emotions at you all the time. Agatha Christie, I read, and then there were none, along with Murder on the Orient Express. The Orient Express was odd to me, but I do like the train setting. I ended up liking it. I would like to.
I agree with that. I think the setting is pretty interesting, but I don't give a fuck about the actual story itself. It's kind of like, it's an interesting setting, you know, murder on a train, and then trying to find out, well,
so I read a lot of books.
Who is the murderer?
And had nothing to do, and I read a soap from during that. Well,
I dropped it.
And I really adore this book. There is an interesting story about Robert Galbraith, I believe, but I will not go into it. And then I suppose we should. Do we have time? I'm sure we do. Journey to the River Sea, a family-friendly book. Go read it. There is a sequel, and then of course these are my favorite short stories of Sherlock Holmes. Oh, I would love to do a book club with everyone if you are willing. I will have to think about it. But I naturally I used to be part of a book club in my youth.
I mean, a book club would be pretty fun. I probably wouldn't participate unless it was just audiobooks.
The Blue Carbuncle is a good Christmas story. The Hound of the Baskervilles is a novel. Really good. It is somewhat like Wuthering Heights. It is a gothic setting. And then
makes sense.
Justice Milverton, I believe that's the right case. That one was good. I don't want to spoil it, but oh gosh, I loved being in that story. And then
being in that story, not being engrossed in the story, but actually being in the story.
So, anyway, forgive me for my excitement.
Oh, it's fine. Being excited is good.
I like Courage the Cowardly Dog, Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. And
Courage was an interesting show. I've seen a few episodes,
Courage and Grim Adventures,
but I never got into it. It was a little bit like I was born a bit too late, let's say.
And then on the right side, besides
Metalocapolis, trash. South Park, I've had some fun from that. Bill and Mandy, thumbs up.
But I absolutely love Metalocapolis.
And the others I have never heard of.
Did I even write that right? Metalopolis?
Whatever.
And then I enjoy South Park. Metalocalypse though is fantastic. I would love to watch that with you. In fact, there's like a movie coming out. South Park, I enjoyed certain arcs of it. I've not kept kept an eye on recent seasons. But I remember Imagination Land, the Black Friday episode, and the one with Craig and the guinea pigs, I believe.
I have no idea which episodes of South Park I've watched. It was never a show I like, oh man, I have to watch South Park, but it was kind of like, I would see it from time to time, whatever episode it was.
And then Over the Garden Wall has a special place in my heart. If you have not watched it, please do. It is
and oftentimes, you will get a few laughs of you, but I never sat down to pay attention to the show. It's mostly just in the background.
I am quite.
And you will get the occasional laughs.
I've forgotten. But I do like Super Mario Sunshine. I always wanted Mario to just have a good time. And I just would make him sleep at those little chairs. I loved his sleeping animation. And
Super Smash Brothers Brawl.
I love Harvest Moon.
Thumbs up for me. I actually think Brawl is the best Super Smash Brothers. Even though I've only played two. Brawl and Melee. And those are the only two I've played.
I suppose I was a yandere? Is that the term? No, that's inappropriate.
And then Harvest Moon.
But there was this
I've never played those games.
I would always
I know they're like...
She had no proper sleep schedule, just like me.
God, what is that new game that's like Harvest Moon?
I also did not know where home was.
It's like a top-down...
difficult story for my age for some reason.
Have
I was so smitten
a farm, basically.
Archiving this game.
Right?
So
and you can interact with villagers.
And I stalked her to no end, to the point that she had no choice but to love me. And then Tree of Tranquility and Magical Melody. Oh gosh,
I mean,
these
it's
two games.
a recipe with a
We'll talk about
100% success
who
rate.
you like and character
So,
archetypes you like, if you don't mind. I am a Nami fan, yes. I have a very particular type. And then Super Smash Bros. Brawl. If you ever want to come at me, then go ahead. Let's see if I can beat you up. I used to main Peach.
oh my
It was
god.
fun mating her. I also
Me
used
too.
to play as Kirby. And
Oh,
I
wow,
had
for
a
me it
habit
was
of
Peach, Ganondorf,
swallowing things and
Bowser
then jumping off the stage as
were
my
the
way
ones
of
I
archiving.
mostly
So I
played.
could not properly archive this game. It was just simply too fun putting things
And
in your
Donkey
mouth
Kong.
and offing them. So that was quite fun. So if you ever want to test your skills against me, I am no pro, but I hope that I can be a good match against you. Because I'm sure I
Like
can
Peach,
beat
if I
you
wanted to be
some-
serious, like if it were kind of like, okay, let me try and win, I would play Peach.
Alright, these are my types.
Other than that, I mean, I would play pretty much any champion. I mean,
You
Game
ever
& Watch is probably the
are similar to
champion.
these,
Character
then
I played the most.
oh no, I'm too happy. Okay, go away, glitter. Alright, so I love smart people. I am fond of certain personality types. In fact,
Like
let me move
intelligence.
over to the side a little. I enjoy
The
Sherlock
characters.
Holmes, naturally. The canon version. Actually, some non-canon's fine too. Dan Heng? Or is it Dan Hong? Oh gosh. I
High Star
adore-
Rail, never heard of that.
I love stoic
And then Genshin
personalities.
Impact,
I have
I've
not
never...
spent money
I
on
know
this
what it is,
before.
I know it's like
Let
a
me be
mobile
clear, I
game.
have never spent money on a gacha game. You would be surprised.
Alright, it is raining a lot outside at the moment.
But I do like Dan Heng, and I look forward to his dragon form. And then Scaramouche is, I believe, the term Kusugaki.
I can see Dragon Quest,
You guys
Eric.
wish to fix me, don't you? Well, I wish to fix them too. But Picasso is a proper gentleman. I quite adore
It's pretty
him.
much, I mean, the only one I
On the other
like truly
spectrum
know
broken,
is Sherlock
and
Holmes.
I wish to gather
Everyone
all
else.
these
Oh,
pieces up.
Snufkin, Moomin.
And
Moomin
then this one
trolling
might be a
at
little
the
bit
dam.
odd,
Alright.
I like Snufkin.
It took me a while because, I mean, I've seen it in
Snufkin.
Swedish,
Snufkin is like
in
prototype
Moomin,
Kazuha.
or
You cannot
Finlandssvenska,
beat
I guess.
Now, these are a
It's
list of
perfect.
characters
The
I've learned
Moomin
over the
show,
course of my lifetime.
specifically the Swedish,
So it
is
quite
absolutely
a lot.
perfect.
Some of them I am no
So-
longer as fond of, for obvious purposes.
And it's not
For
just because
example,
I grew up with
Kaneki
it.
I too have been Kaneki Ken. Look at my freaking hair.
Even when you go back to look at it, it's amazing.
Kaneki Ken did something that I did not expect.
And
right
I've
before
tried
my
to see,
eyes.
see the
Let's just
English
say that I
trash.
was rather unhappy with it. But I wish him the best, though. He is happy, and that is all that matters. So let us continue before I go into 10 hours of this. Now, these are current animes I like. I will admit, I'm a book gal, guys. I do not
Made in
watch
Abyss,
things too often.
nice.
But the last things I do remember.
Specifically, season 1 of
Arjun,
Made in Abyss I thought was a lot better than the second one.
Gintama has
I
a
think the
special
second
place in my
one
heart. It
didn't
always
focus
will.
on
I have
Rico
actually
and
watched
Reg
both the
enough.
Japanese and English version of Ghost Stories.
And it was a bit like
It is
confusing.
quite a very
Ghost Stories also.
take.
I actually
Made
don't
in
like the
Abyss.
Japanese. I only like the
Violently fun.
English.
Not the movie. This
But
one
I
is
don't think I
an
would want to
anime that's also gonna
rewatch
be
it.
made later, like,
I think the
a
memories you
movie.
have from the first time you
Super
watch
fun.
it.
Very
It's kinda like
creative. Please
what I
go
want.
watch. And then Kaiden
If I
Restaurant
went back to watch
is
it,
an
would it still be
SCG
good?
anime.
Oh god,
That
who
one
knows?
is
Probably
more of a
not.
supernatural one for kids. And then Osamatsu-san was just intriguing.
And then, I mean, I know
Now for
Gintama and
I'll be
Osamatsu-san.
honest,
Is
I
that
did
the
not
one with all
expect
the
to fall in love with
brothers?
Dragon Quest. I fell in love with Dragon Quest 11. I had 1,000 screenshots of Eric from it. Amori is a fan-freaking-tastic game. Hero is a good husbando, by the way. Dragon Quest Builders 2. I did not expect to cry for Dragon Quest
I
Builders
mean,
2.
I played one Dragon
I
Quest
thought he would
game.
just place
I didn't
blocks
understand anything
and do
because
things,
it
but
was in
Dragon Quest can
Japanese.
be quite depressing.
And I was very young.
But
It was, I think, before I even knew
love it
English.
when things
So, I
indicate
mean,
emotions. Otherwise, I'll be aloof at all
I have no idea
and
which game it was.
Multiplayer was fun because I love being with my friends.
It was
In
for...
my time at Portilla, I spent a lot of time in, and it was fun just playing it.
I don't know if it was for the GameCube or a system before the GameCube.
I'm gonna take
I
you
do
to
remember,
the
I
Hololive
think, they...
headquarters. So, everyone,
Okay, what were they called? It's
would
called
you please hold my
cassettes. Is that what they
hand
were
and let
called?
us safely
It was
cross the
grey
road,
and
alright?
big.
So, let's go.
Was it 6?
Oh, that is
I don't know why
fun.
6
Let's go
is a
this
number
way.
that jumped up into my mind, but
Now some trivia of me.
probably isn't.
What is it? You guys
Maybe
are very
3.
surprised. Now, I don't suggest you cross the road with your phones out, but
Scissors?
archiver,
Alright.
I'm powerful enough as it
I
is.
mean,
I
I've
know
been
simply
thinking
too
of
much, but I kinda
buying,
can't
like,
for crying
food
out loud.
scissors.
So trivia.
Not necessarily to eat with, but to cut when you're cutting
Incredibly
stuff.
efficient,
For
but
like
quite dangerous.
5 years,
Would
never
not
done it.
recommend. Oh, why are you guys surprised?
Because it always I thought
So,
I'd get
scissors to me is
when
like
I,
chopsticks.
not in
You
the,
take
like,
steak,
when I had the
even
ability to
hamburger.
buy.
I've used pizza, even ice cream. So take scissors, cut it, and then pick it up.
I'm not
with
gonna
chopsticks
go on a
just
site and
put it
buy
in your
just
mouth.
scissors.
Well,
Like
I would not
food
recommend you do
scissors.
this unless you're like me, I suppose. Very, well. Don't get sharp scissors naturally. I do enjoy my scissors, so let us go to. I enjoy photography.
I mean, insects are cool, so understandable.
Life.
And I mean, if you have a camera, then you can do pictures of insects. Probably really nice.
Can accept me for who I am. So I am the type. Oh, you're an insect now? Is that so? Shall I take pictures of you then, or shall I put you on display? So, I am the type.
Don't put a pin in me and put me on display,
Stop
please.
on the ground and take pictures.
I still have a year, like at least 3 more years before I die.
I'm just that weird one, I suppose. This one is simply because of my knowledge. I simply know too much. I suffer from
Oh
insomnia
yeah,
and
big
headaches.
brain.
Exercise
Big,
is not
like
fixed
insomnia and
for me,
headaches
nor
caused by a
possibly
big brain.
medicine. My brain simply overthinks at the silliest notions of things, and I have, I have headaches at times. So I suppose my health is not the best, but that is the cost of such power, isn't it? Oh, you wish to fix me, is that so? I'd like to see you try. And now, every voice out of me is real.
You can't fix, and do you even want to fix?
Apathetic voice,
Like, if you're gonna get a girl,
perhaps something more exciting.
didn't you get the girl
really
because of the
happy.
problem? So why would you want to fix
Depending on
it?
what you wish
No,
for me to feel
make it
around
worse
you.
instead.
If you wish for me to be bored and uninterested, then perhaps this. Or maybe if I like you, then this. I don't know, it depends. What do you
Alright,
guys
every
want?
voice of me is
Which
real.
voice
I like
do you
that.
prefer? It doesn't matter. I'll show you all my voices.
Okay, that's good.
By the
Because
way,
I will
funny
say,
story,
one thing I'm noticing as I'm
when-
painting and doing
when
all that stuff
my,
and listening,
when someone from
her
Hololive
tone of her
contacted
voice,
me, and we
which
were
might be
in
something
love
weird
at
for some
first
people,
meeting,
because the two
they asked,
Hololive,
"Is
the
your
two
voice real?"
VTubers I watch the
And I
most of,
wanted to take my
is
book
Sora
and
and Luna, and they have a very high-pitched
didn't.
voices.
But Sue, to that
But I guess
person,
the
it's
frequency
okay.
they reach
I forgive you.
isn't
and
the
I
same frequency that
appreciate all the help you've
Shiori
given me
Novella
to raise me, so it's
reaches.
okay.
Because hers, it goes in, and it is like,
This is a given.
like hurting
I
a
don't
little
need to
bit.
Go on about it.
So,
It's obvious, guys.
One thing is that
Oh, on this one, not much is
I
said
can
about
already
it.
tell
I
that this
owned
is
over
not something
30%
I would
loss
watch
at one point, no longer,
while
though.
I'm
I
in
ran out
bed,
of
for
room.
example, because
Oh.
of her voice entirely.
Now let us
Like I
leave
wouldn't
this
watch it as
section
I'm trying to
and
sleep
finally
and
enter
rest
Hololive
and
headquarters.
use it basically as a podcast. I wouldn't be able
That's
to do
not
it
Hololive
because of her
headquarters.
voice.
You must forgive me. It seems like something is just happy.
Alright.
Alright, talents.
A little bit of scuff, that's
Photoshop.
good.
Piano playing. Sight reading is related to piano playing naturally. And I have made an RPG Maker game before. It is no longer existing. I've tried multiple times.
Ah,
But that is
that's
actually
too
how I
bad.
started learning video editing and whatnot. I've dabbled in Ren'Py. So I
Would
suppose
be interesting
when it
to
comes
see.
Coding, very basic coding. I don't know how to code. Ren'Py and Twine, I want to make a text.
Oh man, I used to
so
be
I've
able
tried
how to
it,
do
but
like
I am
very
no good
very
at
basic coding.
finishing a story. And I know Unity.
Because I used to go
Someday I
to,
wish
you
make a
know,
game with it.
electromechanical and
Farming /
robotics
war game, but
was
simply an
what I
idea.
went to school for.
When my body becomes 3D,
But
I hope you're ready for me.
oh
You
man,
will see a lot of things. Oh, and I've
now if you were to put me down and be
see a
like,
video here?
make a
Most
simple
likely I
hello
edited myself.
world,
I
would
rarely
not be
trust
able to do
editors,
that.
Not because there's anything wrong with them, but simply because I have a vision in mind.
Like
for
that
the
information
this is
just
tentative, but I am considering
disappeared from my mind super
because
fast.
wouldn't you like to be the elite with me? And then for tags,
So I guess,
well, it's
was
all
I ever
on
interested
Twitter.
in it
And for
if
when
it
I'm
disappeared
live,
so fast?
Shiori on air. Now, oh, you'd like to teach me programming? That would be interesting. I wouldn't consider myself as a game dev, though. It is simply for this profession. Now, for assets, if you
And also, I
wish
mean,
to help me with
it
assets
could
and
be
ideas
like
for
a little
videos,
niche to do in
thumbnails,
Hololive, that is.
use
Like
Shido assets. I would be
occasional
eternally grateful,
learn how to
but,
code streams.
just know that this is for these things.
Then you would be like, okay, which language do I want to learn? COBOL? Let's do that. In case something goes wrong.
Gosh, I have so
Like
many
maybe this
things.
Hololive
Here
thing
it is.
isn't working the way it
My
is.
dreams
Or,
are
you know,
simple.
for
I
the
wish to
future.
travel and visit my friends
Because I mean,
someday,
fuck
and
me, the
Roman
banks are
Mama
not
is
gonna
my
change
role
from
model, along
COBOL
with my
in our
mother.
lifetime.
My goals, my voice is actually quite weak. I am simply someone who is a bystander, a wallflower, certainly because of the archiving rule, unless I wish to be a character. So someday I hope I can be a lot stronger when talking.
It's
I
like,
wish to learn more Unity.
I want to
would
become
like to
the
do a
main
ghost hunting
character.
vlog. I will archive the memories
Legal
and edit it
ghost
myself,
hunting vlog.
and I hope to make friends
what does
where I
that
can
mean?
spam insect pictures too. And of course, everyone wishes for this, but I wish to live happily ever after. And now for the content expected of me. I would like to go
Alright.
for something educational fun, simply because, in my youth, I wished to be a teacher. But I was
Okay.
expected to carry on the legacy of the Yakuza. Unfortunately, I just became an archiver.
Wait. Okay, so part of
we
the
will be
Yakuza, I
having
guess.
certain streams. I've debated on buying anatomical parts. Of course, they're not real. Don't worry about it. But I would like to teach you anatomy at some point.
I mean, that could be fun.
Not my anatomy, of course. And I own a microscope, so please look forward to us looking at microscope slides. And at the end of the day, I am still a girl at heart, so I do enjoy tea parties, cooking, and arts and crafts, so...
Hey man, those
Now,
are
for gaming
good
content,
things.
I do
You know,
enjoy
to be able to
streaming.
relax.
I like to have my
And, you know,
art
arts and... I would
bug,
consider
essentially.
painting miniatures arts and crafts.
I will
You
still
know?
be playing games that are, I suppose, interesting, simply because I will not play these offline. I will only most likely play games on stream, unless it's a live sim.
Alright.
Now for videos, I plan on making vlogs, and arts and crafts is a given.
I mean,
if I ever
I am
travel,
a single
will archive
player,
these memories
like
and edit them
gamer
just for you.
as well.
All
Like
of my
I don't tend
things
to, I don't
will be
like
hand-edited
most
or
multiplayer games.
handcrafted, molded by me.
But I also
if
don't like
I-
walking
when
simulators
I
and
meet
just
my
pure.
fellow
I'm more like
champions,
a single player
please expect an
gameplay
archive.
guy.
So, please
Instead
do
of
be patient
story.
because I am doing these things.
Because to me,
myself.
gameplay is more important than the story.
Now let's see. I suppose this is the time that I show you myself, huh?
Alright, the Eye of Horus.
Now it is time for this. So,
It's her
let's
ocean
get
mark, which
ready
makes
for
sense. I mean,
this.
look at her eyes.
Could you close your eyes?
Her eyes are... Okay, I'm closing.
Will you?
Yeah, they are
Don't
closed.
worry, I'll be careful with my stuff. Close your eyes really quick. Oh, but what does it matter? I have this.
Can I open my eyes? Okay,
All
wait.
right,
Whoops.
everyone. Let's see. What could she be doing in there? All right. I suppose this is the part where I show you what I have to offer.
Okay, what do you have to offer?
So, first off, these shoes.
Oh, okay. Open your eyes.
These. I have already seen your Twitter comments. You wish for me to step on you, was it? You adore my eyes.
Alright.
or you adore the bottom of my feet.
Oh, Jesus
So,
Christ.
These are stylish, functional boots capable of being
Of
able
crushing.
to walk and step on you. I have self-defense chains should I need to naturally defend myself.
You know,
Very
against the people I'm
handy if I ever wanna
stomping.
chain you guys down. And then, now for my skirt portion, I have a tripping eye motif. I do actually enjoy.
Oh,
that
you can take
topic,
off your jacket
so-
as well.
My mama
Alright.
did such a terrific, wonderful job.
That's good.
With my outfit,
You know?
and I have been through quite a lot of adventures.
I will
with this.
say,
And I also have
from
mix-match
the-
stockings because what else is eccentric?
like
Besides
armbåge,
mixed-match
what's it called in
stockings,
English?
I am,
This
I
part
suppose, the epitome
to the
of
arms look a bit
your hot
weird, I would
goth
say.
girlfriend,
Especially how
question
her
mark.
fingers are.
Now let us move to staring respectfully over here.
Like the most important part.
Behold
Because it's what we're
movements.
seeing on stream of
Look
like
at my
all
elbow-length gloves. I own quite a few pairs, so if you see a different color at some point, it is simply because there is this thing called having a wardrobe. I own many of these, so do
Yeah.
not be surprised.
Alright.
My arm cuff jewelry.
So you can get a little bit of
Not
color
efficient,
here and
but
there.
very, very cool. And the mysterious book. I can't tell you much about it. You'll have to figure it out. But if you ever look at it, I don't think you'll be alive anymore. Unless you're okay with getting Kaneki canned. And then lastly,
I did
my
not
face.
catch what you just
A
said.
little closer for this. Bum. Behold me respectfully, my two-toned hair. It wasn't always like this. My original hair color is actually black. Of
But
course,
all
when
the
you were
stress.
stressed and when you
Oh,
fight
yeah.
off knowledge,
All the stress.
stress makes your hair white. And then this beloved mascot of
And it's
mine
not because
is
I'm
known
a
as
6,000
Yorick.
years old, alright? And that's
Please,
not why
please be
Yorick.
careful of Yorick. And I like to call.
So I guess the little thing here, I just noticed,
It
called
drips.
Yorick.
Perhaps that is not the only thing dripping on me. For I have eyes dripping on me and ooze everywhere.
Yeah, I would say your eyes are the best
I
part.
hope you enjoyed looking at. Oh my! Hello there, chat. Have you been there all this time? I forgot. I hope you enjoyed it. Now, another thing that I should note. Thank you for all the fan art. I am aware that I might be a little too happy because I keep replying to most of it saying thank you. And I would continue doing so.
For as long as you can, I
But
guess.
I am also a little bit self-conscious if I am a broken record. And I know some of you wish to fix that broken record still.
No,
But
no,
for
no.
fan art,
I want it to
show
be
you
broken.
that I
Alright.
actually made a BRB screen. So let me just show you really quick. Da, da, da. I made this myself, by the way. So fan art will go on here. Oh, why is
Shiori
that
sketch.
paused? That should not be the case. TB. But anyway, assume. There you go. Fan art
Alright,
will
so
go
this is
over
her
here.
be right back screen.
Please forgive me. I will have to censor the profile picture just to be safe. But I really do enjoy the fan art. And I will be trying to change this weekly. So if I fail to respond to you, just please know you have my thanks. And I really am.
And you also have to understand that, you know what?
all
Probably have
of your
thousands,
talents.
you
Oh,
know.
I love this piece, by the way. I would like to include you as much as possible, after all. Now, let us go back to.
A new Oshi. Haven't even seen a stream. And you're calling it Oshi?
Alright.
Disgusting.
Now, for the first week's schedule.
And what do you mean new? Alright, there we
We
go.
are gonna go over a crash history course of VTubing. This will most likely be about technology that I have witnessed myself over the course of the years. VTubing is quite interesting. Please keep in mind this is all memory-based, considering I am an archiver. We will
Alright,
be
yeah.
looking at microscope slides.
I'm an
on
archiver,
Tuesday.
but I'm just gonna use my
I have
memory. I'm not
prepared
gonna
educational things for
go
you,
and find
and I have been
the
blessed with the help
actual,
of
you
a
know,
writer as
things I've
well, who has
archived
helped me
about
research
this.
Such things.
No,
So,
let
you
it
will
be.
see their name in the credits. Wednesday, I will be talking about books. Also,
Alright, well, judging by
just
that,
simply wish to fangirl.
the karaoke
If you are a big
seems
fan
interesting.
of books, then please join
I'm
me.
probably not
And
gonna
the
be
girls will be
awake
joining at the end of this pajama
by that,
party.
so I'm probably just gonna watch someone who has
You'll see my
archived
musical
it.
taste. I
And then the
surprising.
microscope
We'll be going
slides.
over Left 4 Dead 2
Those two
on
things.
Friday, and then I will have.
And I might check out
If
the
you
Left 4
see
Dead
an
2
offline
because it
archiving
says
mission,
it's the
it
Advent
is
collab.
rest day.
So I'll see
Also
how
not
they
a
all
rest
work
day simply
together.
because I am actually recording something. And Sunday
Ah.
is a little secret. Now, before I end stream, regarding collaborations, let me get close to your face. Is this good for you? I will be collaborating with friends and people who may be potential friends. Now, this is possibly quite rare, simply because I have to study people. I have to study characters to understand them. The more often you see them, the more likely they have reached friend status. But you will not really know unless I mention so. So please respect those around me, okay? You wish to be a good boy for me, don't you? Or perhaps
Okay, that's very weird.
I will not tolerate disrespect after all. So please be kind to each other, okay? I just want all of you to have a happy ending. And I wish all for you to simply smile. And if I am not the one that can make you smile, that is okay. I just want you to be happy, even if I may not know you personally. I am oddly empathetic like that. So,
Yeah, okay.
Beboo's stream is up next.
I appreciate it.
I hope. Will you please treat my sister well? So, once again, thank you for coming to my debut. I hope that I did not disappoint.
Right, sister.
I hope we can make many memories together. My gremlin little pet rock,
Okay,
along
there we
with
go.
the pet dogs and the pet bird, are coming after me. So for now, I hope you enjoyed
And check them out.
ending stream.
Alright, well, alright, let me see, is there... Oh, there we go.
Wow, that really is quite the end, huh? Here you go. I made this as well, by the way. I didn't mean to leave you in the darkness. Unless that's what you want, and my eyes to be the only thing in that sad darkness.
I mean, that would be
Please
pretty cool.
attend Biju's stream.
Just your two glowing
It should
eyes
be
in the darkness.
comments. And I hope you enjoyed today's first stream. So until then, bye-bye for now.
Alright, bye-bye. Okay, well, for a first debut thing, it is a debut stream. How much of these are gonna translate into like 3 to 6 months from now? Who knows? Yes, it seems to really like reading. Which, I mean, novella makes sense, right? I mean, she should really capitalize on that if she's gonna read books anyways on her alone time. Capitalize on the, what's it called? Book club. Maybe just something you do on like community page. You don't necessarily need to make it into like streams, but could be something extra that you do for the more dedicated people. When I look at this, like I said, I think there's actually 3 out of the 5 that I'm quite like that I probably would check out. The Parasite, the karaoke. I said karaoke so much that is like what naturally comes out. And then Left 4 Dead 2 are probably the 3. I'm not that interested in the VTuber Crush history and the pajama party, unless it's kind of like, you know what, they have 2 different outfits. They actually do have a pajama outfit as well. Or if she meant that this right here is her pajama outfit, you know. Maybe it's a game, actually. Maybe Pajama Party is a game that I just don't know. And now when I think about it. Because, yeah, OpenVC. But, well, I wonder if they have because normally, which I think is a good thing that Hololive does, is that they have like a month collab ban. Meaning, you know, the new gens are not allowed to collab outside of their own gen for a month. And I actually like that rule because it really helps, well, with you first knowing them and building the gen dynamic. And also in case something goes wrong with whatever you have hired, you know, chance of it damaging, you know, current talent is lessened, right? So I mean, that might be the true reason why it's there. But I do think it's a positive more than a negative, especially if you have, you know, big gens like this where you have 5 people. I think with Iris, I don't think this should have been a ban to begin with. Now I think the ban was only like 2 weeks, but I still think that's too much because she was all alone. I think if you're just gonna do like one person, don't have a collab ban. Yeah, not really like super interesting stuff here. I'm not gonna do Koseki, what was her name? Yeah, Koseki Bijo. I'm not gonna do hers today. I'm probably just gonna do one of these a day. And I think what we're gonna do is that I'm actually gonna be painting this Sentinel throughout those 4 streams, and let's see how far I get with it. So I'm actually not gonna paint like on my alone time when it comes to this Sentinel. It is reserved just for these live streams. And if I don't finish it by the end of these 4 live streams, then I'm obviously gonna paint it myself. But until then, thank you for watching. And what did you think of this debut? I thought it was okay. I do think, I mean, we might see, but because one thing that I think is a positive for the one negative, like I had, was her voice. Like the frequency that is at actually does hurt me a bit. I think that that might be fixed because of what she said, that all the voices are her real voice. So it tells me that, you know, probably gonna get different ranges of voices that you might do. And I think maybe some of them might not actually hurt me. So that is a plus for me, or a potential plus, I should say. And I think there was a little bit of a weird thing there at the end of, you know, the mentioning something about collabs, and like it felt like very oddly defensive. I don't know if there has been something happening on Twitter or whatever. I don't pay attention to that, but it felt like oddly like targeted to something. And I was like, I have no idea where this is coming from or to what it's a referencing to, maybe. But it just felt very weird, and it didn't really fit like it fitted in with the rest of everything that happened. So my assumption is that, well, something has happened, and that's why she said that. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.